Hi, I'm Chuck Brinkman, and these are the Steps to Homeownership videos. We're now on the 5th video, the Pick the House video. Our previous sessions have included the decision to rent or buy, which is better for you, a credit evaluation, making sure that your credit is ready enough for you to be able to buy, affordability, how much house can you buy with the good credit that you have acquired, and then the 4th one, our last video, was on location, making sure that you chose your house by criteria that are important to you. So that brings us to picking the house. We're assuming that you've already got the location figured out. You know which section of town you want to be, and it's now you've driven up in front of the house and you're looking at it and thinking, is this the house I want to buy? I've subtitled this The Battle of the Brain, because when you buy a house, I feel like you have both sides of your brain working for and against you. The right side of your brain, which is the more intuitive and emotional side, the artistic side, and the left side of your brain, which is the logical, cold-hearted side. And that's the side we're going to deal with because it can keep you out of a lot of trouble. It's very easy to pull up to a house and to have a feeling very quickly, kind of a blink-like response of, oh, I love it. It's so cute. It reminds me of a house that I grew up in as a child. I like the colors, or I hate the colors, and I hate it. And it reminds me of the house that my worst enemy grew up in. So the right side of your brain can cause you to buy a house that maybe you shouldn't buy, or cause you to avoid one that might be a wonderful place for your family to live. So what we're going to talk about is what your left side of your brain ought to be saying during that time when you pull up in front of the house and as you begin to walk through and evaluate the qualities of a property. There's 6 sections. The first one is location. We had a whole video on that. The 3 biggest rules of real estate, anybody will tell you, are location, location, and location. It's a cliche. It's a cliche because it's true. You can have a great house. If it's in a lousy neighborhood, you have a lousy house. So make sure that your location is good. Every time I buy an investment property and I forget that rule, I'm sorry. It either takes me forever to resell the house or I just have to slash the prices so badly that I lose money. It's the same thing if you're buying a house for yourself. Location. Well, once you get past that, we're going to assume that you've got a good location and one in which you're comfortable. Then we're going to talk about function. Questions that you should be asking yourself with regard to the function of a house are, how many bedrooms? And how big are the bedrooms? Will the bedrooms that are in this house, will they handle the furniture that I have? Now, I have had people take a perfectly good house and reject it because their king-size suite wouldn't fit. Well, maybe if you like the house that much, you sell your king-size suite and replace it with a queen-size suite and get closer to your spouse. But number of bedrooms and size of the bedrooms is a big deal because that's not easy to change. Number of bathrooms. We end up with a lot of 3-bedroom, 1-bath houses, and those are very affordable, but there are limitations. You need to make sure that if you have children or an in-law or another relative living with you, that you've got the bathroom situation figured out, because bathrooms are a hard thing to add. Square footage. Does it have enough in bedrooms and bathrooms, but is it also big enough? Can it handle the furniture that you have and the family that you're going to grow to during the period of time that you're living in that house? And then acreage, the amount of land that comes with it. If you have pets or children or hobbies that require a lot of room, you want to make sure that that house has the room and that it's enclosed. I mean, fences are not that hard to add, but they're expensive, so why not ask for the seller to provide it or find a house that already has one. And lastly, the layout. I remember that we stayed in a house in the Outer Banks of North Carolina, and down there, of course, they're right next to the ocean and they're built on sand, so they use these stilts. And I remember thinking, that is so cool. The living space is, you pull under the house, you walk up a flight of stairs to the living space and up another flight of stairs to the the second flight of stairs takes you to the living space. The first flight of stairs takes you up to the bedrooms. So your living room and your kitchen and your dining room are all way up in the air. You have these great views. Well, that seems like a wonderful idea until the first time you go to Sam's and you have 20 bags of groceries that all now have to go up 2 flights of stairs. So make sure that your layout makes sense for the things that you regularly do. The second area that we want to talk about is condition. The condition of the property can be changed. If the roof is aging, you can replace it, but it's expensive. One thing you're going to want to do is have a home inspector, and we'll talk about this later, but have somebody independent of you who's really operating off the left side of their brain. I don't think home inspectors have a right side to their brain, kind of like appraisers. And ask a home inspector to check it out and make sure that there aren't problems that are so significant that they're going to be deal killers for you down the road to improve the house or to resell it. Some of those might be termite problems, structural problems, a foundation that's all messed up. There can be some pretty expensive problems in a house, so you ought to pay the money to have somebody who's done this for a long time looking at it, because they know what to look for. So you want to take a good look at the condition of the house. Again, get outside of the I love it, it's so cute, I grew up in it and the colors are perfect, and look at those colors and make sure that paint's not chipping off all over the place and that the roof doesn't have sagging going on in it and things like that.